I swear that music like goes fast and then slows down a bit and then speeds up again. Every week I'm just listening to it and I'm like, dude, I don't know what's going on there. That's it. How you doing anyway?
Yeah, good. Podface has nearly gone, I think.
Nearly. I don't think so.
I've given myself some more skin to burn as well. So.
Beautiful.
You get school voter for Summer National. How's you anyway?
Right, I'm very good.
Good.
I'm just trying to spell the words VWDRCTV because obviously I'm sharing this because I'm doing exactly what I say: like and share. Now, there you go. So I've shared it to my page, done and dusted. So good evening, everybody. VWDRCTV episode 14 because you missed episode 13 because you were out on your cycling thing.
I had to not be as fast.
Dude, you missed a good episode. That was a good chat with Mr. Keach. Did you happen to catch up on it?
I have seen it. Yeah, I did have a little look for it. Ed's done very well tuning the car, I think, by himself.
He did actually. I mean, that was a perfect time to chat to Ed because obviously we started off chatting about how the car come around, how he joined the club, and then about all the updates he'd done himself, and obviously about in tuning. And then come Friday, he was self-tuning. He run like into the 11s, I think it was, and Goldie was like literally he was running around and he was like, I am not showing him the ticket until you get out the camera. And Ed's like, what have I run? And he was like, you ran like a high 11, and he was kind of like, oh, wicked, yeah, let's go again. He was like teasing, I'm a run a 10.
They celebrated a little bit too much.
He did. But I remember seeing the comment. He was like, I love the eliminations video, apart from the first minute. That was rubbish.
Just a poorly man with a hat everybody.
He doesn't realise how much of that I cut out as well. But it was good. No, you're allowed to celebrate, yeah. And let's be honest, nobody. He tried to give everyone a good chance, but no one did take that number one qualifier off him. So he'd already sealed the deal. So that's it. But good evening, everyone. Now this is the first time we're going out on Facebook, and we're going out live on YouTube as well. So I don't have to upload it. So hopefully the comments will mix in to the side from Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching either of them, because I know some people like to watch it on YouTube and basically fling it to your TV, which you can't really do on Facebook as easily. So if you are, and then of course we upload this to Rumble as well, just another platform where some people watch, because with Rumble you can click watch, but you can close your phone, so you get it like an audio podcast. Then you're not using up as much data, or if you're at work and you're not supposed to be looking at your screen. So there is that option. You can watch it live on Rumble as well. So this evening, obviously, we're chatting again to winners from our race. Of course, we've got Graham Fairhead, or as every time I do the videos that I make up, I always hear Daryl go, and here comes Graham Fairhead. That just gets me every time. He's almost like Mr. Brioche. He goes, Hairhead, and he can't help doing it.
Right.
And then, of course,
heads of hair at the moment, right?
And then, of course, we have got Phil Jones, who is one of our new. Well, he was a rookie last year, but he's doing a full season this year as well, and he won his first event. So we're going to be chatting to those two. Now, of course, last weekend, because it was a bank holiday. We don't do VWDRCTV on bank holidays, do we? So
No.
it was a no-go. We decided to leave it a week, let the dust settle, and give me a chance to get all of the VWDRC TV shows together, because bearing in mind, I think each one takes about 2-3 hours to put together, and then the elimination ones takes about 5 hours to put together. So that we finally got them up, and I actually started today on, just doing the heads up round that we did in April. I've got the footage off Barney now, so I've even got the Santapod stuff that didn't go out live on Santapod, but thankfully the guys recorded it for me, so that I can actually use it and put a video together. So I started that today. Hopefully get that finished tomorrow and get it uploaded as soon as possible, and kind of get some excitement ready for our next event, which of course is Drag Days. I'm sure you all saw the news today that we shared in the club forum, but obviously this goes out on YouTube and Facebook to non-members or potential members. Unfortunately, at the moment we've kind of had to drop Drag Days down to a day, which is a bit of a kicker, because we wanted this to be the biggest and best, didn't we?
Well, yeah. The aspiration was like a massive club-only race meet with a huge prize pot for the 35th anniversary. It's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Hopefully, we can still do the one day, and it'll be just as much fun. Hopefully, people are going to attend, enjoy themselves, see some good racing, have a good crack with the club.
Well, unfortunately, at the moment we basically I sat down this morning with Abby and I looked at the figures, and then we were chatting to the committee, and we were trying to work out a price that people would be happy to go with, obviously dropping it down from 2 days to 1 day, and trying to get the balance right. Now, obviously, people have to understand it's not a test day, it's a race meeting. And the reason it's more expensive than what a test day is, because that money is what is paying for your prize fund to race for. We were expecting loads, weren't we?
Yeah, I thought we'd be turning people down.
I did. I mean, considering we announced this in November, I thought the idea we'd announce it in November and it'd be like, right, limited entry, and then I thought we'd be like, gone, and I'd be like, yay, we can. And the idea was the prize was like the prize when we set was like if we sold out all of the places, and then we got the kicker when it come to pre-season test day, that obviously, like everything in the world, expensive. The cost to hire Santapod has gone up by £1,400 a day, which obviously over 2 days, that's a lot of money. We kind of looked at it, we was going, right, if we sell out, we can swallow that. But the fact that we're nowhere near selling out at all meant that we were kind of looking at going, no, if we drop 1 day, we drop a lot of money, and we can still hold the event. It'll be a 1 day event. As I said, Ed put in a good question to me. He said to me, what was it? How did he word it? It was about
half a day.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, half a day's half the prize fund. Yeah, 3/4 of the cost.
That's it.
It is about numbers. This was all budgeted around pods 2021 prices. They've kind of surprised us a little bit with the cost. Which is, I said, we've gone up significantly. The other significant cost increase, we've always budgeted for a track dryer, because if you run one of these days, you need to have a track dryer there just in case. Even a light sprinkle can take a long time to dry up. And they've now got to run that on basically pump diesel rather than red diesel, so that cost has doubled as well. So we need to cover like the club cost. We can't run it at a loss, because obviously that's going to lose the club money. But, so it is.
Abby doesn't do losing money. That's a no-go.
She'll get cross and come around and take your thumbs.
No, that's it. I mean, the way it goes now, if we can get 16 car field, in all of the classes. We can still run the event. The extra money that we do lose, the club will pay out the fund from money that we've got, so we can still run the event. So yay, we can still have an event with 16 car fields. But I think Ed just said, what did he say there? He said in the comments, I did caveat, I appreciate. Yes, that's it. I mean, obviously, no, he wasn't moaning. He was just questioning, which I expected a few people to question. So, and then he was like, how comes it? And also, it feels now like the Index 12 class, it feels like it's a considerable less amount looking at the prize fund, even though all I've done is half the price of all of them. I actually rounded up the Index classes, the bottom prizes. I think it was like quarterfinals. I rounded them up a little bit more to make it easier. Now, the idea is that if we get 16 car field, then that's what we'll run. I've now based the prize money on a bare 16 car entry. We can have up to 32 cars in each class. Ideally, we'll have 32 in each classes. Then maybe we shall review a prize fund closer to the time. But until we get the entries, we're on a base number now. And we'll go from there. Ed Keats, that's it. That's what I like a bit of bullying. Christine, tell Bruce to get into. That's it. There's so many cars out there, but I'm like, where are they? Christine, I want him to race. See, we want Bruce to race as well. Lawrence Clark says, even in all, Mr. Roxanne here. See, Lawrence Clark, great car for 12-second for the 12 Index 12. I don't think he's got an entry in yet. So.
What?
Yeah, so it could be one of the. I'm waiting on an update from Abby. He wasn't on the last one, so there's a few on there that I'm like, oh, we're missing out on the thing, and I'm like, you're not even entered. So yeah, but of course, this is going live to people who are not watching on the forum, and so of course I shall flick and share the price ones that we have. We have changed. Obviously, Index 12 now will be this. So winner takes 500, runner 250, two semi-finalists take 125 for. The quarter-finalists will take £75. Hopefully, we can get that to go up with entries. Big bracket, 750 take home, 375, 175, 75. And then, of course, the heads-up class, £1,000, 500, 250, and 100. So hopefully, we're going to hit 16 anyway. I mean, funny enough, the heads-up class is the best attended one at the moment. We've got 17 entrants in heads-up, and we have got 11 in both of the other classes. So
just seeing colours there, back to the bottom there. People are scared to enter in case there's colours on the streetcar.
That's what it is, isn't it? It's Tom's fault.
It is. But sorry, people, do not worry. Tom Harrison is not coming with his streetcar. Do not worry.
No, that's it. That's a good point. Lee Caudry, could I run in the bracket as well as Index? Now, mate, we could possibly do something to double enter, possibly, and do a price that will double enter. So obviously, because all we need is the extra money, and that extra money goes into the prize pot for the class.
We'll have a talk about that later. I think that's a good shout. Good shout, Lee.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah. So it's stuff like that. I mean, it's a hard one. We didn't really want to. We don't want to have to cancel it. We want it to go ahead. Not to mention, just for you lot, is because we have invited all of the club sponsors along. We have invited PVW magazine along. We've invited Volksworld magazine along. There was hope that some of the lifetime honorary members and stuff were going to come along. So really want it to go ahead. We're going to be badgering you for the next 2 weeks. I mean, I did a post the other week and I tagged a load of people and I got replies, but I can't remember. So I've got that list. I'm just going to re-tag everyone again. And I'm going to keep tagging you until you bloody enter.
Oh, I've just been quite sorry for that, Ed. Just go for double entry. Right, yeah. We'll have a talk about that after this, and we'll see what we can do to make things work out. Jacob's switching to bracket class. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's only doing that because he's doing so well.
Well, nah, he's not allowed. Heads up.
Yeah, that's it. You can double enter Jacob, but you're not dropping out of the heads. Anyway, right. Of course, usual stuff. Where were we? Door Slammers is coming up. Obviously, that is a front wheel drive. That's a front wheel drive poster because I've got it on there. Any of you front wheel drive boys, hopefully, I'd like to see some of you enter. Obviously, we've got Mark Taylor entering. I can't remember who else from the club has entered the door slammers. I'm sure Simon will. Actually, I'll put Simon on a poster, so that probably means he won't enter. And then same with Andy Nichols, he's on a poster, so he probably won't enter. Although I know he's trying to put an engine in, but he's not yet entered the event. Again, Andy Nichols is another racer I keep nagging because he's got the Scirocco, and I want to see him in the Scirocco entering drag days. And also, I need to plug this because otherwise I won't be racing for the rest of the season. Basically, Santa Pod badgered me to sponsor the class. I spent a lot of money, and the only way I'm going to get this money back is by selling these raffle tickets. Actually, this week they've started picking up. So if anyone wants to get a raffle ticket for the European Front Wheel Drive VIP raffle, it is £10 a ticket. With that, you get 2 weekend tickets. You get to sit up in the VIP balcony for all 3 days, which you cannot do if you're a public member. You have to buy them separately at £150 a day. You get your caps and your T-shirts. A second prize was handed in by the VP Racing Fuels. Thank you very much. They've donated 2 weekend tickets, a jug, and some T-shirts as well. So it's a nice second prize. And then obviously the person who won the VIP as well gets to choose another racer to get a front wheel drive entry for the weekend. This draw will be done this Thursday, so it gives you Friday to enter or to badger someone to enter. So if you haven't yet got a ticket for that, please do go and get them. Please.
Don't worry, I will not be entering any raffles.
I bet you will. And then you'll have to take the prop off your car and enter front wheel drive in the Lupo.
Well, yeah.
There's that. Right, let's go on with the show, shall we? Because there's quite a few people talking away. Obviously, we'll get back to drag days and stuff like this, but there is a man in the green room. I think you joined us very late minute, but he has gone for the most professional setup this evening. I mean, I got no trophy. I got no trophy. I got the famous curtains and the wall. We're going to get Graham in and have a little chat with him. Oh, look at it. Let me just find this. I'm going to find the best one. I'm going to move Graham over here. There he is. Evening, Graham.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to be nervous. We can't touch you from here. We're just going to chat to you.
No, that's all right. Yeah. Okay.
How you doing? So you've been with the club. You've been with the club a long time now. You had a little 10-year hiatus, so a lot of people will only know you from a short while. Obviously, you've been racing with a whole different section of racers, and now you're racing with a whole new section of racers. Are you enjoying it now that you've come back after the little hiatus?
Oh, definitely more fun going faster.
I bet.
Yeah, I started off in 2003. Sportsman, raced till 2007 with the car that originally was on the road and intended to sort of race for a couple of years and put it back on the road, but carried away and made a fiberglass body and lightened it a lot. So that was a bit useless for the road. So I sold it, built another car for the road, and then the race car didn't get used, so it was offered back to me. So I bought it back, didn't really know what to do with it. And the bloke I bought it off was thinking about putting a Golf engine in and thought, well, that sounds like a good idea. Put some posts on the internet saying you were going to get an adapter plate, and Raw replied that he could do it. So bought one and thought I'd give it a go. I was always impressed with what people were doing with the 1.8 turbos. So that seemed the way to go, and just worked well, really.
Yeah, it has.
But obviously, I was involved with the club a bit before that anyway. Crew of Stephen Lee from 2000. See Jimbo and back in early 90s. That's what got me into the race, and Dad took me to Santa Pod in 1987, and just after that Jim started racing. I actually went to school with Jim Bowen's brother, so got to know him that way. And ended up following him all over the country racing. So I think when I started, someone described me as being the most experienced rookie.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, it was nice seeing Jimbo in the pits this weekend. I'd never met him before. Obviously, I knew of him before, and he was like, do you recognise me? And I was like, I recognise the face. And no, it was good. Did he have a good weekend?
Yeah. He started going again when John Brewster started. And since Alice been doing the photography, I've had a spare ticket. So Jim's been having my spare ticket for a while. So I think he's enjoying getting back into it again. Keep persuading him to try and race again, but don't think he's going to.
Oh no! But flicking through the photos, it was quite hard to actually find some original photos of you. It is a nice young-looking Graham. Look at it.
Oh yeah.
That's it. I mean, as you're saying, this is around. This has got to be early 2000s because obviously Toby's just behind with the Speedster. This is around when I actually joined. I think this is probably like the first or second year I joined. What motor did you have at that point?
2005, I think.
Oh, is it?
It's a 2.1 Type 4. Yeah, I got down to 14.2 with that. But obviously the air was expensive to go fast now, and it was the 1.8 turbo was easy to go fast and cheap to buy.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you in it now, really.
I think you definitely made a good decision, and you're pulling it off really well because it is going very, very fast.
It is.
Yeah,
I love your car.
Works well.
It's so unique. I love a Type 3 anyway, but our 20 mil turbo. So it's just so well engineered as well. It looks bang on.
Yeah. I've got a load of photos. So obviously, when you first fitted it, your engine was at the back.
Yeah, it's in the back on the camper gearbox to start with.
Yeah. And you went for the
camper gearbox was a bit too. Oh, that's when it's still air cooled. That is.
Is it?
Cage in it.
Oh
no,
ignore that one.
No, it's not. That's.
I was about to say, I'm sure.
No,
I'm sure it's.
When I bought it back. Yeah, that's when I bought it back. I was considered still white. That was painted white when I sold it.
Yeah. No, it looks good. And obviously, you changed from you changed from that gearbox, obviously, to the new setup now. And obviously, a minute ago we were looking at the engine back there, but now you've got it the other way around with the gearbox right at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much as it is now. Yeah, it's all fairly stock parts that all work together. Sorry?
You gotta love the stock parts. That's what it's all about. Is if you break something, it's stock, interchangeable, and it can keep you racing. Now, obviously, last season, as we all know, you had a couple of issues getting different gears. This year, you seem to have fixed that, and now you are Mr. 11.3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like last weekend. Done 9 runs and 7 on were 11.3s, so it's fairly consistent though.
Well,
in the final, Sorry, couldn't hear what you said.
In the final with a perfect ET. What
Yes, Yeah, it's just lucky really. We shut off at the end. It's close to breakout really, but enough time
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with that. I like that logic. It is just luck. Just take the skill out. No, literally, you pulled that perfect TT, and I was like, what a time to do it! What a time to do it in the final. That was absolutely perfect.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. There's a bit of skill involved there, close. It's just luck, really.
It is. Now, looking at your early photos, when you converted to 20 valve turbo. You got intercooler on the back. I'm flicking through some other photos, and now I found your charge cooler. Obviously, performance-wise, is that charge cooler working a lot better?
Yeah, that's been moved since then. That was running off of water. I've now got the charge cooler sort of in front of the engine, and I've got a radiator in the front with a fan on it now. Because I found with the water tank, that worked okay, but you get like to semi-finals and you get rushed round fairly quick, and they don't time to change the water. So with the fan and the radiator on it, that just cools itself down on the way back, and it seems to be working quite well.
Nice. Applying to Ed. The wonders of technology here. I'm trying to be. Obviously, yeah. No, Jacob says there, I was reeling you in hard until fourth said no.
Yeah. He still weren't far behind, though, was he? That's pretty close.
No.
No excuses. Mr. Number 2.
Number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Me.
Yeah, I think the reaction times were pretty much identical. So, yeah, he was catching me at the finish line pretty quick. But I was a bit surprised he didn't come flying past me, though. I was expecting it to be like 25 mile an hour quicker and, you know, fly past whether he beat me or not. Expecting it to come past me, but he didn't.
If you want to finish first, you've got to finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
People will indulge themselves with this front-wheel drive nonsense. Doesn't work.
Nah.
I'm not saying anything.
Rear-wheel drive's the way to go.
Yeah. Yes. Whichever that way is this way. I don't know. I agree with him. Yes, rear-wheel drive is the way to go. It is the sensible way to go. But no, I've enjoyed it. Over the years, obviously, you've been racing with a lot of racers. Who would you say would be like a rival that you have raced against?
Full Herbert, I think.
Oy.
Last year I raced. That was sort of. There was a chance of me catching him. He was leading the championship at the end, and I think he followed me round in the first round, and I think I could just catch him, and Martin could just catch me. And I pulled a red light in the first round, and Paul was in the burnout box behind me. And he was watching what I was doing rather than watching what he was doing, and blew his engine up. And I thought, I'm fairly safe. Martin's got to win the event to catch me. And he did, and beat me by points, put me down third.
Oh,
it's a good close year, that one.
I remember. Is that this year when he had the Phantom at that time?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was the Beatles. Yeah, that was the Beatles.
No, that's it. Yeah, I was around there. I remember that. I remember being on to the side of the track, just seeing him have a party in the car. That's a tough one to go out in the first round and then have to sit at the racetrack for the rest of the day, just watching him win each round, going no.
Yeah. I hate them races. That's the worst way to lose. That was my last race as well. I think that's one reason I bought the car back. I just didn't want to end with a red light. I don't mind. You get bad. If you got a bad reaction, at least you got a chance. Then you've got a red light. That's it. It's over from the start. The race is wasted, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I bet Victoria beat the hell out of you.
Yeah, I think she was swearing a bit when I done that.
Oh well, right. What we're going to do? Phil is sitting in the background. He's chatting away to the dog. He all of a sudden he sat up to attention like that. Then, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick chat to Phil.
All the champagne and the masseurs.
Oh, that's it. Oh, Ed Keats straight away. Don't remind me about the red lights. So what we're going to do, Graham? I'm going to put you back in the. I'm going to put you back in the green room for a minute. We're going to have a little chat with Phil for 10 minutes, and then I'll bring you back, and then we'll cross over between the two of you, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just one pirate in the stream. Let's move him over there. See,
here he is.
Look! He listened to the advice. He went and got a trophy.
As well. Hey.
Evening. Yes. Yes, I got my little trophy.
Well, congratulations.
I am quite jealous.
It's a smart trophy, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, very different. I like it. Yeah.
See, I'd be taking that to work. I'd put it on the dash in the truck. I'd be telling everyone.
Use it as a hood ornament. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just glue it on the front of the Audi. Imagine Ian's face coming round for a Q1 next event with that just glued on the bonnet.
Like a beam breaker.
Yeah. It turns sideways. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So Phil, you joined the club probably was it 2020? You contacted the club out of the blue. You just like, hi, me and my son want to come and join, and then you joined up with the Passat at the time and did drag days. Again, another racer who is coming out of drag days doing really, really well. In fact, John Crawford just put in the comments, high points leader.
Yes, it's scary, isn't it? Yeah. No, drag days was really good. Yeah, the Passat did me really well and did some really good runs. Yeah, got a feel for it. Liked it. Just felt it was almost cheating a little bit because the old Passat is a DSG and it's 4-wheel drive. So I was thinking, a bit cheaty. But it took off well each time. You just had to go on the first orange.
Oh yeah, being an automatic. Yeah, I've been subject to that before. I said I was going to win because I thought it was so easy. Terrible idea.
Did you mention Luke? Did you, Luke?
I think that's still in the club forum. It says if I don't win in this car, I'm an idiot.
If you go onto the forum where you get like your sort of under your name, it does say in big letters, "If I don't win sports in this car, I'm an idiot." And that's been there for, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years.
Yeah, that's it. That's when I broke the Golf and just borrowed the wife's car for the day and then had a go in it. And I did quite well in qualifying, but when it came, I think I lost in like the semi-finals or something like that. I thought I was doing well until the problem was I started getting a bit cheeky and I'd put my foot on the brake as hard as I could, and then I'd start putting my foot on the brake and then start accelerating at the same time to try and get it to react better. Which I shouldn't have done really. I should have just left it and just gone with as you said, leave on the first amber and just go with that and work with that instead of going, right, I should perfect this and then kick myself in the nads.
Was it Jake Fonda had to buy the Skoda for Festival of Power? And he was like literally on the first amber, just put his foot down. By the time it starts moving, it's green.
That's exactly what you have to do, with these the DSGs. I played around trying to push the two pedals at the same time, and the car really didn't like it.
No, they're not a fan of
that at all.
Yeah, no launch control, so it just has to be left foot on the brake, straight off, and right foot hard down on the accelerator, just at the right time. Seemed to be the best I could get out of that. It was good.
Oh, that's it. Well, Jake Fonda says here, driving a DSG is easy, but racing a DSG is another matter. He says the Audi was harder than the Skoda. So that's it. Now, obviously, so like you said, you decided the Passat was not for you, and then you've gone into the Audi A3, which I didn't realise until literally today when you sent over some photos. I didn't realise you were still full interior.
Oh yeah, quite plush, isn't it? It's not bad for 370 quid, really, is it?
What? That's not bad. That's not bad.
Mate at work. How's
the engine though?
Well, I think it's getting rather tired now. My three-cylinder.
Is this the same engine that you were running last year? That you said last year? I think it's knocking on the bottom.
Afraid it is. Yes. I've been babying it a little bit, keeping the revs down. But she's starting to leak a bit of oil. Fortunately, with a pan underneath, you can keep it under control. But I've decided it's time. It's got to be swapped out.
The only sensible choice is a full Ford build with a big turbo.
Well, hopefully that engine I'll do a rebuild on in due course. But I've got another stock motor, which fingers crossed I'll just slot in for the moment for the rest of this season, at least, or a couple of races. And yeah, with a fresh turbo on it as well, because I think that's getting very tired as well. I'm hoping it'll do me for a little bit longer.
That sounds you're in deep now, isn't it? That's new engine, new turbo. At this rate, you might as well buy Adrian Solly's A3 that's caged and come join us in Pro.
I know, I did look at that actually, and it crossed my mind.
It is a bargain.
Yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely.
He does payments by Klarna and monthly payments.
Oh right, okay.
Well, I think at the moment he's only just started taking the engine out, so he that's why he's not really advertised it at all, because he's like, I'm slowly taking it out, and then it will be up for sale. Or you could buy Ed Keach new Mark III Golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed bought a nice green Mark III Golf last night for a bargain. So if anyone wants to buy that, get in touch with Ed, because we haven't got room in the unit for it. I know that.
Or you could buy a white Mark V Golf GTI.
Well, sport of choice.
Absolutely.
There's
always an awful lot of rollers out there. Yeah, if people are looking to sort of upgrade and stuff, there's a huge amount of like built rolling cars out there where the cost of the car will be the same as the cage, you know. So you kind of just buy a proven roller rather than obviously all the roll cage builders are now hating me, but yeah, there are some people there trying to shift some cars for not a lot of money.
Yeah, that's it. Well, in fact, as Carl just said, Adrian's probably getting cheaper because the A3 is slowly donating more and more parts to the up. Yeah.
It's a thought for next season, certainly, but I think I should continue in Sportsman for this season anyway.
Yeah,
give people
a bit of fun. We always joke about it, but Sportsman's the perfect place to be. It is cost efficient, good racing. The number of cars you get in there means that the prize money is really good. And it's great fun. I mean, like you do, you can drive from home to the track, just leave it there overnight, and not have to have any worries about your car. It's perfect, really.
Yeah, no, it's really good. There's a great bunch of people, and there's quite a lot of them now, which is really good.
Yeah, you can do quite a bit with your car. Not like without going crazy with it. A little bit of gas on it, some slicks. You'll be knocking on the door prototypes.
Yes, absolutely. I've got plans to redo the engine. I'm going to take out and put some better rods in, and then maybe go at least KO4 and head down hopefully towards the 13s, 12s, maybe a bit
more than Bill. Is yours four-wheel drive? Is that of interest?
It is front wheel, only.
Oh, front wheel, yeah. I did have an Audi A3, same year Audi A3 5-door, which came in. It was a Quattro Sport. It was four-wheel drive, which is a bit odd. But yeah.
There's a few four wheels out there. But no, this is a two-wheel one, so that's the fun bit, getting it off the line.
Yeah, time for some slicks.
It would help, I'm sure.
I mean, tell everybody the best thing you ever buy for your drag car is slicks.
Yes.
Easy. Always. Yeah, it's the easiest upgrade ever. Well worth it.
What's this all about, eh? Lee Cordery, I destroyed Phil's spare engine.
Yes, he did. Yes, he'd had a whoopsie, and I'd got a spare one in the garage, exactly the same code that he was after. So, we brought it over to Pod in the meeting, and he popped it in.
I'm liking this. Look, you got John Gallant going, Terry Tibbs, talk to me. Everyone's trying to buy Ed Keach's new car.
John Crawford's already earmarked this year's prize money. Start winning, John, won't you? Start earmarking it. Got the winner sitting in front of us here.
Definitely. Obviously, on your car, you're called the Dragon Wagon. Is there any story behind that at all, or is it just a bit of fun that you put on there?
Mostly a bit of fun. I am. My family's from the borders of Wales, but I wouldn't call it a Welsh dragon, rather. Yeah, I just didn't like dragons really, so I thought it was a bit of a play on words as well, being a dragon.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
So, yeah.
all race cars have to have a name, so at least you got one on there. And Keach is getting a little upset. I do not have a new car. Yes, you do.
He does, yeah.
I think eBay says different.
Yeah. That's why Carl Goldsmith keeps getting different names around the tower, because he hasn't got a name for his car. He top fuel cars sometimes, just random made up names. Got to name your car. It's like naming a boat. It's like Forrest Gump, Jenny. You got it.
Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, got to have a name. That's what I think. Yeah.
No, that's it. That's it. Oh wow! Right, Graham's still in the background as well. So obviously we've learned a bit about you. Honest Eggs race car report. I like this. Everyone's just turning this onto Ed. We'll get Graham in the room as well, though.
It's all accurate.
Let me find the right setting. There we go. He's all prepared. And obviously, we know Graham's got a little bit of a delay on his thingy, so whenever he talks, we'll hold on to try and not cross over you. So, Graham, obviously, you've been behind the car. When you first come back to us, you threatened that Alice might get a drive of the car. Could that happen anytime soon?
I doubt it. That was the original intention, but she's not so keen now. Now she's doing well with the photography. She's quite happy beside the track rather than on it. And I can't say I'm too disappointed that I have to drive it.
Oh, it's terrible to keep going. And obviously, you're going to try and get that the 10-second ticket. And then as soon as you've got a 10, well, you know, the next one down is a 9, surely.
Yeah, the intention was to go with the rolling road sort of between the next two meetings, but everyone's saying leave it alone while it's running consistently. So I think they'll probably get booked in for like just before the action. So I've got time to see what it does. And while doing the championship, leave it alone, keep it consistent.
No, I think me and Paul agree. You should go for a rolling road at like VW action time, just in time to ruin it for national finals. That sounds perfect.
Oh yeah, but if I can get 10 out of action, I'm quite happy, and I'll know what it's going to do at the finals then, won't I? So that's the plan at the moment. We've already got some bigger injectors to go in it. Let's run 11.05. A bit high. That's sort of killed the speed a little bit, but the time's not too far off. 60 foots don't seem so good this year. I think I need to change the clutch again, or change the flywheel. I've got a different flywheel on, and I don't seem to be hooking up off the line so well. So put the old flywheel back on. I think I'll get 60 foots back into the 1.5s. Yeah, hopefully I'll take a couple of tenths off at the other end. Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's a really cool car. I hope you get that. I'll be cheering you on.
Yeah, it's not that powerful, but it's nice and light. So.
Yeah.
I've just lost half my page. Excuse me a second. I pressed something and this disappeared.
I'm going to put my engine in your car, Graham. That'll go.
Oh, could you imagine that?
Yeah, that's what it needs. Yeah.
That's it. Graham, by trade, what do you do as a job? Because obviously a few of us know that you are a master at fiberglass. And like you said, you created that Type 3 fastback shell yourself.
Yeah, I work for a place that makes reproduction parts for old British bikes. They bought out a company called Craven Equipment. And they're 1950s, 60s style fiberglass panniers and top boxes, so I make that most of the time. There's no fiberglass, I'm welding up the racks or making parts for other bikes. do a little bit of everything really, fiberglass and weld and bend and machine and whatever needs doing really.
Lupo one piece front end
for the race. Can do.
There we go.
Sounds very
one-offs like that quite expensive.
That comes down to
no, just several people racing Lupo. If we all want one, that keep the price down a bit.
Oh, imagine the whole of Lupro ET with one-piece front ends.
Yeah, right. Lupo ET. Let's get together here, shall we? Reese, your stock Lupo needs a
Jim Bowen was racing.
Yeah,
we made the flip front for Beetlejuice, and we've done several others for Beatles that were racing at the time. They're sort of 5 or 6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was you, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I made one for Colin Arkle, one that I think Little Red Rooster was one of mine as well. And a flatliner, even though it was a 1303. I think John Brewster modified that one to fit on the 1303. Yeah, there's quite a bit of my fiberglass about racing in the past. Not so much today, though.
Yeah, that's real nice. Jacob says, don't worry about the price. It has heaps of buried treasure. Yeah, it's buried in the West Vader at the moment.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, what I started now it's like Lawrence Clark. I need a fiberglass boot for the Beetle. John Crawford, I'm in.
There you go. Just start taking orders.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not as easy as just making the panels, because obviously once you've made a panel, you've got to have a mold, and no one wants to store the molds. That's the problem. It takes up so much room.
And we have the mold, the funny car molds of the unit.
Yeah,
you've got to take care of them.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's why I haven't.
Because they're basically the same size as a car, aren't they?
Yeah, just even lying about full of water. That soon ruins.
Yeah, and if it gets damaged, you got to start it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jake says he'll store the molds.
That's why I haven't got the flip front for the Beetle anymore. It just takes. Who?
Jake Fonda. I'll store the molds. This sounds to me like it's all coming together here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. We'll just start making money for Graham. No, we want him to race. We don't want him taking up all the time making shit.
Go and quit your job tomorrow. You're going to start making molds.
That's the trouble. I've got enough to do with my own stuff. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, with Alice's Volvo and his car and fast on the road and campus full of holes and he's filling up. I can do something.
My bit of advice is don't touch the camper. We haven't seen Matt Wood for about 3 years now because he decided to do something on that Type 25. Now this one has started doing stuff in his Type 25 and he's in deep.
Yeah, I've got a high top. You probably see a high top list, and the windscreen came out, and it was held in with basically luck. There was no surround across the top, and that obviously the factory upper panels just unique to the high roof. So yeah, it's all got a bit exciting. Luckily, I've got a good fabricator. I'm not doing it, but I just like to ring him every day and say, "How you getting on?"
It's not quite that bad.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit on mine during lockdown. Just filled a few holes along the bottom of the windscreen, but the rest of it was okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
It's just scruffy wheel arches, that sort of thing needs sorting out.
Got to keep the 25s alive.
Oh yeah. I'm sort for anything. It's a lovely van to drive, especially the Subaru.
Yeah. I love mine. It's my favourite Volkswagen of all time. Really, I've had splits and ovals and all sorts of air cool stuff. I ended up buying this on a bit of a whim, and I absolutely love it. It's been my favourite car ever. It's pretty ungainly. It's not particularly good to look at. It's not very fast, but I love it. It's just great.
Yeah, they're really nice to drive, aren't
they? Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't swap it for anything.
No, not at all.
But then if you look over to this corner, he's a Land Rover driver over here.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
Freight
like
Train.
Land Rover as well.
Yes. Well. Yeah, we redid Series 3 to do a bit of off-road trialing, which was really good fun. And it certainly taught Connor how to drive a car when he was only like 14, so that was really good.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of a Land Rover. I'd like a nice, probably a Series 2, I think. The one's a bit too clunky, and the 3's a bit too new. But okay, I'm a nerd. All right, whatever. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, it's finding them for the money, as ever.
Yeah.
I love the Phil Blog just put kick him out.
But hell, Phil's a bit harsh. Land Rover. Land Rover. He's like his northern.
Yeah, we're just stuck with Connor's Disco now, which is his little 3.9 Discovery, which gets way too hot. But he loves it and he won't give it up.
Horrible things. At some point, you'll meet Mr. Atwood, who's got a Rover V8 in the back of his fastback.
Well, no, he hasn't. I think that's gone now, isn't it?
Oh,
Surely not.
Yeah, I don't think we should. I don't think we will be seeing it with that combination anymore. I think that's all gone.
that's a shame.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it may be changing around, but obviously him and Graham have still got their bet for first into the 10s, and I think they're changing stuff up to try and be the first into the 10s. He's on, as Jake Fronda says, he's on something new, I believe. Yeah.
This is news, isn't it? Like that one. We need to hear about this.
Is that not one of them? Is that where I've just let something out?
Jacob made that a bit clearer. Okey-dokey's.
Yeah. No, essentially he's doing what he always wanted to do. He's putting the V8 in the front and making it just rear wheel drive with the V8 up front. Originally he wanted to do a Type 4 variant, but it seems to be proving very, very hard to find a base model for that. And I think enough people have convinced him that they were like, "You have got the perfect car here.
Yeah, it's already there.
Why do you need to go and buy something else that's rotten and rusty when you have got a perfect car that is absolutely gorgeous, that you've just got to cut around a bit and re-chassis it and jig it about to make something new?" But obviously, we'll have to chat with him about that at some point in the near future. Now, obviously, Phil, I spoke to you while we were off. Unfortunately, you're one of our crew that are not making it to drag days. You've got other business to attend to with Connor. Graham, have you entered drag days?
Yeah, I entered virtually straight away. You said that was going to be, filling up fast, so I thought I'll get my entry in straight away. I entered months ago.
Yeah,
this guy knows what he's talking about.
Yes, him. Good idea. Where it is, good man. I entered it straight as well. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be exactly the same. When we did it, I thought we'd put it up. People have got like 3 months before the start of the season. So at some point in one of those paychecks, they would put the entry in and we'd be all golden. Obviously, it turns out not. But we sure, as you...
Bracket racing. Sorry, you enter the bracket racing. That's the same as normal, but better payout. So why not?
Yeah,
you win occasionally and might get it.
This guy's right. Get the fingers right. Yeah, listen to what Graham's saying. He's right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, even at the prize funds that we've got at the moment, it's still a good payout for anyone who's going to enter. And again, I do encourage anyone to yet to do it. Please do get your entries in. We, like I said in the post, on the 23rd of May is the closing date for drag day. We need to get your entry in by then you need to either, you can still do the deposit. If you're a club member, you can still do the £25 deposit, although obviously we would much rather that you do the full payment, because then we know we've got the money in the bank, and then we don't have to chase anyone for remainder of payments, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, fingers crossed we'll get enough entries that we can make this happen, because it should be a wicked day.
It will be.
Yeah,
It will be. I still think it will. It's gonna be one of those where we panicked a lot coming up to it, but come closer to the time, the entries are going to come in, and it's going to be an amazing event. And I am fully confident on that.
It's a pretty unique event, but there's not many sort of club actual, within themselves race competitions with a significant prize fund.
Yeah, it should be a really good day or two. I'm really sad that I can't attend, but yeah, I'm afraid I'm booked up. And
we'll let you off. We'll let you off. I mean, you've committed yourself to a full season, so we'll let you off on that case.
If it gets cancelled, my other thing, I'll be there, but I don't think it will be.
So what are you doing elsewise? Sorry.
We booked
just so I know to ring it. Okay.
two in London. And I'd already pre-booked the hotel for like a 4-day stay to do some other bits. So yeah, it's a real shame.
We'll let you off. We'll let you off just this one time. Of course, for anyone who's watching, club members, please remember Summer Nationals is our next round of the championship on the 2nd and 3rd of July. Please get your entries in for that as soon as possible. Last time I looked, the entries were looking really, really good. And as we discussed in the forum and stuff, Bug Jam entries, is really important that we get any entries in nice and early. It's going to help SPRC determine how much track time we're going to get, especially on the Saturday, because normally we run from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 8 o'clock in the evening. Now this year we have got ProMod joining Bug Jam as well, so not only is pit space going to be even more of a premium with all the big rigs, we've got Fuel Funny Car, and no doubt there will probably be some fuelers and some other stuff there as well. So get your entries in as early as possible, just so we can guarantee a good enough space in the pits, and obviously we can then use SPRC a bit of leverage to maybe get us some extra time to race if needed. Push that human powered crap out the way and go, we don't need that.
Get rid of the monkey tennis and get the SPRC.
Yes. Jacob puts in a good question. Of course, Bug Jam party theme. Can we get it nailed down, please? Yes, I agree. My daughter keeps nagging the hell out of me because she's like, well, me and Pip need to know what the party theme is because we need to look good. Meh.
Well, as long as the theme is whinging teenagers, Lily's been fine.
Amen.
Yeah. We've had there was a few suggestions getting floated around last night on one of the threads, which was sort of quite fun to read through. Should we start our thread just for ideas maybe later this week, and we'll get a few things.
Or just go back to Charlie. Just go back to Charlie's one and put it on there. I still think the best of British is a good idea, just because I can get loads of crap that's going to be cheap after next week for the gazebos and stuff.
A Platinum Jubilee Queen's garden party gin party.
Well, you don't have to have that. You could literally just have
the Jazz Festival.
Well, no, you can just have anything British. So it could be a British sports person, it could be a British musician, it could be an actor, it could be a TV show, anything British. Jake Fronda put spitting image. Yeah, do that.
That's quite a wide theme.
I know. So it makes it easy. No excuse. Then people can't go, oh, I couldn't think of anything. You go, you got anything British.
Maybe we'll start a little thread, get our sort of top 5 ideas, and then do a little poll, something like that. We can let
Can you read that, Phil, on your phone? Delayed reaction. Reading that on the TV. Phil blog. Let's all dress up as Land Rovers.
I can see John Crawford in an Austin Powers costume. I
don't want that image.
Be like.
Right, we're coming up to the hour, boys. So thank you very much, Graham. Can you obviously mention any of your socials that you've got to your wonderful fans on VWDRCTV where they can follow you?
There's a Misfit page on Facebook. That's about it, really. I don't do a lot on Facebook.
AF photography as well.
Yes, definitely. Look at AF photography if you want pictures of drag race and VWDRC, just hot rod shows, car shows in general. There's loads on there. Everybody who races is on there. Always worth a look.
Good plug. Phil, do you have any socials that you do? I know. In fact, Phil was not. I mean, Graham's not on Facebook. Full stop. Phil was never on Facebook until he joined the VWDRC, and he was like, "Oh, I've had to join this crap just to go on the bloody VWDRC group." So I don't think you've got any socials, have you, Phil?
Not too much, really. Just follow on the Facebook. Put a few posts on here and there. My lad's he's got his Floodwatch 4x4 if anybody's interested in some wet splashing around. But I'm afraid it might include Land Rovers, so I do apologise.
That's it, yeah. I've seen one of those people doing lay-bys.
Yeah.
Right then, gentlemen. Again, thank you very much for joining us. It was good getting to know both of you. Graham, you had a perfect professional setup there. I commend Victoria for what she's done there. She's like, I've sorted all these trophies out. You are sitting here, champ. Again, we shall see you all again very soon. Of course, VWDRC Heads Up Round #1 video will be coming up in a few days. Hopefully everyone is liking the VWDRC TV videos that we've been putting together. Please do go on them and like them, and just a little comment. Yay racing, yay go someone. Every little comment on every video just helps it move up the analytics on YouTube. So if you are watching them, please just, doesn't even matter if you hit the keyboard and press a couple of keynotes for me. It just helps bring them up because a few people are watching them, which is perfect. Right, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
We shall see you all again soon.